in the middle of a beautiful village of Arcasa in Karpathos. This is our church of the Assumption of Mary, and this is a very special spot. This village is loved by the tourists, and they come every year for more than 20 years. It's one of the most beautiful villages of Karpathos. It is an ancient place, one of the first ancient cities of Karpathos. I love the way that combines history and archaeology with modern sports like windsurfing. You can do windsurfing in this very gulf.
It's one of the 28, it was now 35 protected areas in Greece. And it's very special because we have some rare species which is endemic and it's not somewhere else. Also, we have other species which is in the Mediterranean and are very, very unique. In Karpathos, we have our thing, it's the monk seal, which is like the 10% of the population here in the island. They live in the caves, they have the babies in the caves. Karpathos has around 100 caves for these seals. So this is part of our job here in the protected area. The monk seal, we have the 10% of the population. It's one seal which is the biggest seal in the world, I think. It's like 2.5 meters and can be more than 350 kilos. They have baby one every 2 years, about 2 years, and they live around 30 to 40 years old. The babies are staying with the mother for 5 months and they have milk from the mother for 5 months. It's the only mammal that keep the baby for that long. And here we are monitoring them and we are counting every year the birds. And in Karpathos we have around 6 to 10 birds every season, which is a very good number.
We are in Aperi village, former capital of Karpathos island and one of the oldest villages of Karpathos. It was formed up on the mountain due to the pirates that used to be around the Aegean Sea and far away from the sea, not visible from there. Around 1850, some of the inhabitants moved to Karpathos town. They also had to open some wells. They built some huts, some small houses.
our village is located on the west side of Karpathos. It's about 380 meters above sea level, and we are overlooking the island of Kassos. We think we have one of the most beautiful views of the island of Kassos, and also the sunset. That's why we would like you to come and also have a look and admire the beautiful sunset from our village. We also have a beautiful green village because we have fresh water coming out of the ground under one of our churches, which goes to all the gardens. We have beautiful grapes, figs, prickly pears during the summer. A lovely fruit that is not sprayed or is very, how do you call it?
Biological.
Biological, yes, with no chemicals. We have two traditional festivals in the summer. The 15th of August, we celebrate St. Mary's Day. We have a lot of locals that come from all over the island to the village to celebrate with us. Then after the church, we have food in a hall that feeds about 1,200, 1,500 people. And during the night, we have the traditional dancing. We also have an agricultural museum that it's set up here in our village, and you can see there all the way the people used to live here on the island before the war and during the war, with the traditional windmills and the way they used to do the wines and the olives. It's very interesting. Even for us, the more new generation that never got to see how these people used to live. It's very interesting.
We're on the beautiful island of Karpathos, which I'm lucky enough to call home. I started windsurfing in September of one year and fell in love with the sport immediately, and by January of the next year I'd already bought this land. I saw a lot of potential in the area, but also a passion for the sport. At the moment we're in the southern easternmost tip of the island, where the spot's become very famous for windsurfing over the years. We have a special situation where we have the Meltemi wind, which is accelerated between the island of Karpathos and the mountainous island of Karpathos, which creates this local phenomena where we have incredibly strong winds here and incredibly long season where the wind blows throughout the year. So it's become on its own sort of a windsurfing mecca, very popular amongst windsurfers of all ages. It's popular in all types of disciplines as well. We're very high windsurfing, slalom, free ride. We've had speed World Cup events here on the island. It's also because it's got certain bays which have flat water, also very popular with freestylers. The island is not only really good for windsurfing, it's a beautiful island, very mountainous. It's one of the greener islands as well for it being so south in the Aegean. So there's a very stark contrast with mountain and sea. So the wind statistics of the island, I think, can't compare with nearly any other place in Europe. We have it's the intensity, but also the consistency. We have wind right through the summer, starting right in April and going right through till October.